All right, our acceleration day, lower body day, we're gonna start in here. We're gonna do that little acceleration kind of circuit. And then we're gonna go to the track over at Knowles and sprint, do some acceleration sprints. So we're gonna start just a few hard steps with the sled push. Just working on exploding out, driving forward. And we're gonna pair that with bounds. Again, inside, it's all wet outside. It rained most of the day yesterday, so it's wet and sloppy, so don't need to be out on the gross wet grass. Some bounds in here, and then we'll do the Uris in the other room with the band. So see how these just working on those first few steps. And then bounds, of course, can't do it very far, so. All right, lower body day. We just got back from the Knoll Center. Some decent times on. We did some tennis ball reaction, get warmed up with the sprint. So just toss it, different position starts. Get up, go grab it on as few bounces as possible. Did some 10 yards. I had some decent times there. I then did some 20-yard time sprints. First couple were solid, and I had a couple like slow ones, like right around 3 seconds. I was like, what the heck? I don't know. So I just kind of went back to the drawing board. I realized I was thinking too much. I was getting distracted by construction that was going on in the facility there. And then that last one, then I went to the last one. I'm like, I'm gonna do one more. I know I can do better. I need to finish on a good. It's that one where I want to finish on a high note. And so I was tensed up. I was on the ones before. I was tensed up. I was kind of grinding and gritting and forcing myself to try and run faster rather than the typical thing, or the thing that I find helps. If you think of the best athletes, they're relaxed. In the big situation, the big moments, watching like the NLCS or the ALCS games, the batters that do well, they're relaxed. They're calm. They're easing the tension. They're not all tensed up. Like I can feel myself tensing up. If you're ever running, sprinting as hard as you can, a lot of times you tense up, you grit your teeth, you're tense like that. And that usually doesn't result in the best times, the best results. You don't get the hit, you strike out, whatever it may be. It's usually the athletes who are calm, relaxed. It's like Chubbs tells Happy Gilmore, it's just easing the tension, baby. Well, ease it on someone else. And he's just trying to get Happy to feel loose and play loose and have fun. That's what it's all about. It's not about being tense all the time and thinking too much and putting too much pressure on yourself. It's about relaxing, staying loose, and having fun. And then that last one, I didn't PR, but it was close. It was 2.79, which is pretty good for me. And I think I can't remember, my lowest is like 2.77 or 7.4 or something like that. So a much better time and a much better way to end because I was relaxed. I was easing the tension, and that's what it's all about. A lot of times it's when you try to tense up and be more focused and you're thinking too much and you try too hard, that's when you don't usually do it. It's when you're relaxed. When you're feeling flow, you let your body move, you feel more fluid and relaxed and loose. And playing loose is huge. So when you play loose, you're going to play better. Whether it's sprinting, whether it's baseball, whether it's basketball, football, volleyball, whatever. So and now we're going to get into our jumps, or not our jumps. We're going to jump as part of it, but our lower body training session. So we're going to, again, staying away from the Oli lifts for a little bit here. I'll maybe try getting back into them next week. We'll see how the shoulder's going. But we're going to do the overcoming ISO squat against the rack. So the rack is bolted to the floor, so I can't move it. So you're pulling as hard as you can for a few seconds. Then we're going to pair this with depth drop, so band accelerated depth drop. So we'll go back out in the garage. The band accelerated, raise the height a little bit. Then we're going to focus on output jumps today. Last week of this phase. We'll start switching things up a little bit next week. And we're going to do approach vertical jumps. It's also wet out and wet and sloppy, so raining a little bit, so I don't need to slip and on the concrete out there, jumping out there, so doing the hurdle. So we're just going to do approach vertical jumps and single leg seated broad jumps. So we'll really focus on going as far as we can on those each leg. So start again. Overcoming ISO. Good spot right where I want it. That seems pretty good. Just don't want to pinch the nuts because that's not good either. I am actually moving this a little bit. The bolts must not be in there very good because I felt it. Or maybe it's just this part. But maybe I'm just super strong. That's not true though. Alright, go out, depth drops. No wonder it doesn't work. Get it backwards. That's pretty brutal. God, I can't jump with shit. Jesus Christ, left. It'll be right. All right, we're gonna hit our Zercher squats. We're gonna 8x5 hypertrophy cluster this week. In between, in a rest, we're gonna do Bray Wyatts. So extend that spine with that gymnast bridge, and go from there. Alright, we're going to go with a single leg landmine RDLs. A couple sets of these. After this, we'll go and do a couple sets of leg extension impulses and hamstring curl impulses, drop catch Copenhagens, and then we're going to finish. Haven't been doing these lately, but I need to get back into them. We're going to go 2 up, 1 down, a slow eccentric Achilles. Just take care of or calf raise. Take care of that Achilles. Get that feeling good. A little bit flare ups every now and then. And we got to get these, keep these in, not take them out. So it's slow, heavy load on those.